everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. This reading is intended for the sign of Capricorn for the next few days, the 6th through the 12th. If you are watching for Capricorn, just reverse the roles. This is general, so whatever comes out, comes out. Capricorn, I am looking at your spread, and this is kind of weird. It's oddly specific, so I feel like you may have agreed to do something that now it's like maybe in the past when you said it, you didn't think it would ever become a thing, right? Or you didn't think someone would actually take you up on whatever this offer was. You could have been drinking, you know what I mean? And said something like, oh yeah, you could totally live with me, or, oh yeah, I could totally pay for that. Now it seems as though someone is bringing that to your attention. Like, hey, do you remember that one time when you said you would fund my business venture? I feel like this isn't something that you wouldn't do. Like when you said it, you meant it, even though it was a little bit out of character for you. And that's why I think alcohol might have been involved. Because you were being like extra generous, extra fun, right? Maybe you said you would throw someone a birthday party, or maybe you said you would pick up the tab for a vacation. There's something here where you kind of said something that you were hoping that it would make someone happy, or in that moment you liked the way it felt to say it, or you liked the way it made you look when you said it. And so now it's like, hey Capricorn, do you remember last month, at the company party when you said you'd love to do that project, and now I want you to do this project? Or, there's an energy here of someone wanting you to do whatever this is that you had offered, right? I feel as though this is something you can do, but the issue around this is that it will take away from something you're already working on. So it could be if you have like a big project that you're now taking on, it's cutting into like your time or energy for the things that you usually do. If this is something that you said you'd pay for, you may be feeling as though it's cutting into your savings, because as I'm looking at this, there's kind of a fear here of like not having enough to cover whatever this expense is, and then still having enough money to keep you feeling safe. You know what I mean? So I feel like you might be picking up extra hours, or you might be doing like some kind of like side hustle. There's an energy here of you feeling like you kind of put your foot in your mouth. And it was well intended when you said it, but you also didn't think that whoever this was would actually take you up on this. Okay. So now it's kind of time to put your money where your mouth is, because I feel like this person is expecting you to pay for whatever this is, or do whatever this is. Now, you have an opportunity here where you could, if you wanted to, tell this person like, hey, now it's just not a good time. Or, when I offered that to you, I guess I didn't realize that these things were coming up in my life, or my situation has changed. I feel like, however, you're not going to do that. Maybe you're like the matriarch or the patriarch of a family, or you're the kind of person where like you have almost like a reputation to protect, where you're very successful, or you feel as though it's important to be able to do these kind of bigger things, to show people where you are in life. Spirit is saying that it might be time to kind of release yourself from that obligation if you feel the need to like always pay the bill for family reunions, or to throw the biggest Christmas party. That kind of goes towards you feeling like you have to put on airs to show people how successful you are. And there's nothing wrong with like inviting people to celebrate and share in your success. But I feel like this is kind of at your detriment at this time. It could be just because you have a lot of other obligations going on, that perhaps when you said this a few months ago, looks like maybe 3 months ago you had this discussion, maybe those things weren't even an issue. You know what I mean? I feel like you could really just be honest with this person about this, but I don't feel like you're going to do it because as I'm looking at your outcome and I'm looking at what's coming towards you, I feel as though you're going to keep that information to yourself and you're just going to work harder, whether it's trying to find more hours in the day to get whatever this is done. For some of you, you're like, oh yeah, I'll make all the costumes for the Christmas pageant. I'm an excellent seamstress. And then the principal calls and they're like, hey, hi, you brought that up and I'd love to take you up on that offer. And it's like, shoot, you know what I mean? Just make sure if you decide to do this or, you're taking on a bigger project for work or, for some group you're a part of, that you're being compensated for your time, because there's kind of an energy here of like, well, I said I do this, so I shouldn't be asking for compensation. If this is something that you're paying for, maybe try to be a little bit frugal about it, because it seems like this is kind of activating your insecurities around money. Okay. I don't feel like you're going to communicate this to this person. Unfortunately, I feel like you're just going to go with it and try to make the best out of the situation because you don't want to upset the apple cart. But, just make sure at least that you're like setting boundaries for what you're going to pay for, what you're willing to do for whatever this is. All right, let me get you an oracle card, Capricorn. This could even be like, oh, you told somebody you would work during the holiday, because you didn't think that you were going to be open, at your job. It's kind of something like that where you said you'd do something because you didn't think it would ever come to that. And now here we are. You got gratitude opens the door to all the good life has to offer. Be grateful often for what you have and you will receive more to be grateful for. So Spirit wants you to know that you're actually sowing seeds. Whatever this is that you're doing, it may feel like a huge inconvenience, but I feel like in the long run, in the future, this is actually going to be something that's to your benefit because either you'll be celebrated for it or you'll be compensated or people will always remember it. This is something that I feel like people will be very grateful for you for accomplishing, but it's actually energetically sowing seeds to pay you back, probably something even bigger than whatever this is that you're working on. So good luck with this, Capricorn, and thank you for letting me read for you. I will speak to all of you again soon, but in the meantime, you take very good care. Bye.